My name's Maria Q and I'm one of the lead vocalists of Archive. Being on the road, great, love it. But I also love the creative part of being in the studio, you know, and watching something being created, being part of it as well. When you're touring, you're giving the fans what you've spent time in the studio creating. You're actually, you know, executing it. Over the years, I've seen people come and go. But the guys, obviously, sound is much bigger now. Musically, they've matured. They've matured as people, a little bit. A lot of people say to me, how do you cope? It's one girl and there's like 16 guys in total, count the crew and the drivers. I'm like, actually, it's great. I feel really looked after, because they do. They've got my back, you know. They've changed a lot over the years. It's not as rowdy as it used to be, you know. But generally, they're wicked. Yeah, they really are. Yeah, it's only the last album that I started writing with them. Collapse Collide. I love that song. I think Darius was genius with that track. That is the one, for me, that I feel the most, because it starts so gentle when it starts, and then, as you know, it just gets bigger and bigger, and then it just explodes, you know. So, yeah, that's probably the one track where I can feel myself, you know, wanting to kind of explode myself, really. That is actually my favourite Archive song to sing. When I look back at my childhood, I always remember singing after dinner. I'd put the radio on. I used to drive my parents mad. And then my parents got me this rickety, proper rickety old piano that was so out of tune. And I used to just, you know, because I couldn't play, but I used to kind of, you know, just work out, like just with one finger, you know, songs. And I guess that's where my love of music started, really. Yeah, just experimenting and trying to play this instrument that I couldn't play. That was my first recollection of writing, I guess, yeah. I've written with loads of different people over the years, and the process isn't always the same. Sometimes I'll be given a backing track that I write to. Another time I'll go in and they'll start to create the track while I'm there, and then we'll write together melody, lyrics. But sometimes if I'm writing by myself, I'll tend to get the melody first, and then I'll get the chords around the melody, or maybe take that to somebody, and then they create the music around it. When you write, and it's like people say, oh, what was that song about? And it's like, you know, what does it mean to, when you listen to a track, what does it mean to you? I don't think it always matters what it means to somebody who wrote it, because it can mean something completely different to the listener. And if it means something, it's great. If someone can feel what I feel when I listen to one of my favourite singers, or when I, you know, go and watch somebody perform, you know, there have been times where I have cried, you know, or nearly been reduced to tears. If I can do that to someone, then that makes me happy.